So this is my man right here.
So you know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
Nah, Avery Mr. Smooth, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta get up on some of his gear. I just asked him today where I can get some jeans from. Yeah, he got all the fly shit. Just like you, bro.
I be trying, bro. Bless me up.
He nice, but like, talking about winning championships, I don't want Brad. He don't play games either.
Yep.
I mean, are you done, Abe, being a superstar? Like, can we start with Francis or no? Like, I'm just saying, like, and we talked about all the tennis stuff and superstar, celebrity. Golly, man. Abe be everywhere. Abe be so many places, he got pictures courtside when he actually is the photographer.
Yeah.
He got a picture walking with his camera.
I know.
You gotta be big
I
time.
go to events and, what's up, brother? You good? How you been, man? Good to see you. Shit, I gotta veer off. Yeah.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me cap pinning it. I fought the here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me cap pinning it. I fought the here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant.
Man, welcome, Francis, man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
We're
honestly.
excited
Appreciate
to
you,
have
man.
you, man. You know, we try to, the stories we want to tell are about the athlete, but about the person. And I think you have one of those journeys that people have learned about, started to learn about even more. You've shared it recently with your father as well. But I love to talk about it more. This is Channing Crowder. This is Fred Taylor. I'm Ryan Clark. Welcome to the Pivot fam. Thank you for pivoting with us. I guess I want to start here, Francis. It's like 2022 was really the year where I was like, okay, this dude, he's like that,
Sure.
right?
For sure.
But everything you hear about being a prodigy, being able to pick up tennis lessons before you were even allowed or somebody even took you to the side, had a coach to teach you those things. But it's been a slow ascension for you. Why do you think, even with all the talent, all the promise, all the eyes on you, it's taken you a while to start to become that star you are today?
I think a bunch of things go into it. Obviously, you know, when I came on the scene, I was in an era where it was pretty tough. You know, like Federer, Nadal, Djokovic was much younger at the time. I mean, I came on the scene probably 10 years ago, and they were still definitely like that.
Yeah.
They was like holding us young guys for a while. But then gets to maturity. I mean, I think when you talk about being elite at anything, I mean, it's all you do. Understanding, like, you know, it's a little different when you having bread and then not, and then like living that lifestyle, you're feeling yourself a little bit. But just kind of now, I guess understand what I want, what I need to keep going, and I guess, you know, grew up much as a person, and that has helped me a lot.
Did you mess around and become a top tennis player?
Nah.
Because he's like the thing, the prodigy. Like everything you read about you is like, yeah, you know. And I'm sure we'll get to a story about how you got to your first tennis lessons with your dad, building the facility and all that stuff. But like, it's like I be watching you sometimes, and it'd be like, oh yeah, that's just a dude out there with a racket that know how to hit the ball back. Like, was it that easy?
I mean, I could spend so much time around it. You know what I'm saying? So it came easy. So it looked easy at times, and I just always thought about it something. I'm just having fun. Yeah, I tell a lot of young dudes today, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, man, I was, you know, climbing mountains and doing, nah, I was just having fun playing, and you know, I worked hard, but I mean, I just enjoyed the game, and I think that goes a long way. I think a lot of kids nowadays try to, you know, be perfectionists, and that wasn't really it for me. I was just kind of do my thing and try to just be elite, but I just generally enjoyed the game.
I was gonna say that athleticism
Helps in this sport, big time.
But does it? Because I done seen a lot of unathletic people become very successful.
For sure. I mean, I definitely feel like if I picked up any sport from a young age, I would have, you know, it like rather than other tennis players, not so much. But I mean, I think it definitely puts me on to be able to play at the top level. I think you can get so far if you're not really athletic. I think the best movers still in tennis are the best players. Yeah, I mean, I think I can fit in any kind of sport, but yeah, you can definitely get away with it being pretty unathletic.
Your parents migrated from Sierra Leone to the U.S. in '96, right?
Yeah.
And your dad worked at the JTCC. If he didn't work there, would you have not picked up the sport?
Oh, 100%. Me and my twin brother talk about it all the time. I mean, tennis is crazy expensive, so there's no way I would have There's no way I would have played. I mean, you know, it is like you grow up in the hood. You can pick up a rock and start playing. You play football like y'all. You just go in the back, get your homies, and you start playing. There's not much to it. And so, you know, tennis, you need rackets, shoes, pay the court time. I lived in D.C., so you know, it's cold. You got to play for the court time, and there was no way. My parents didn't even know anything about tennis, and we talk about it all the time, laughing. Like playing the U.S. Open, we got 20,000 people in the stands. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, like, we didn't even know the game 20 years ago. Like, now here you are, like, you know, Tiafoe, like, means a lot in this tennis space, you know what I'm saying? So.
You know, when you hear the name Frances Tiafoe now, you can associate it with high-level tennis play, but you had to get there. You know, you talked about having to pay for the rackets and the court time and all of those things. Were there ever any points in the journey where you thought to yourself, I won't be able to make it because of the means I need to be able to do it?
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely got blessed on that sense with my dad being there, so a lot of things were free, but even still, like, you know, we was living like that, like handing down, you know, demo rackets that were behind the, you know, front desk, handing down clothes from dudes that were older than us, that me and my brother would just rock all the time. So it's kind of like, I was very definitely aware of that. I remember coming to my pops and I'm like, man, I'm trying to take this, you know, somewhere else. At that time really helped that Serena and Venus were playing.
Yeah.
So you watching them play against each other and I'm like, man, I'm trying to replicate that. I want to be doing that and be able to, you know, take care of the family and do things like that. And parents like, let's go to college, because for them it was like, you go to college, full scholarship, you know, you and your twin, you get a degree and then you kind of move on. I was like, man, I just seen it way before it happened.
I have a little brother, but I'm much older than him. So I was more so dang near uncle in helping him and raising him. When we went to play ball, I was coaching, I was teaching. To have Franklin be that close to you and kind of be part of that journey early, how much did it help to be able to feed off of someone else's energy who was like you in the space?
Yeah, I don't think I would be where I'm at without him. I mean, I feel like, I never had a dude that, you know, there's times where I'd be like, man, I don't know if I believe it, or like, you know, down, and he's very like, I mean, he's got no filter. He just says what's on his mind. So like, you know, if I'm being soft, he'll call it out, you know, but he was always like, man, you can do it, you special. And I would tell him things I wanted to do, and he always was my #1 fan behind it. And he was like, yeah, like, you're different. But him also living it in real time and being there, it's not like we're not seeing each other old or young, we're just giving each other game and just going through all these different experiences, having him in the stands in big moments, and, you know, like me and him staying at people's houses at tournaments because we didn't want to pay for a hotel. The tournament blessed us, and it's like, we sitting there like, you know, in the room like, yo, like, we really out here. It's like, yo, too, like, you know, like random, like, think like random person's house playing a tennis tournament, like, from PG, like, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, like, now we's out here, like, just killing.
Right.
You know,
That's dope,
so
man.
it's amazing.
But you think about that too. It's like, what if you did have the means? What if you did have the trainers when you were a kid? What if you did have hotel? What if you did have the nutrition? What if you had all that? Would you have been, would we know your name? Would you be Big Foe right now? Or would you be Big Foe? Or would you not be as good because you didn't have the grind? Like, you had the grind to get there. You had to stay in people's houses. Yeah. Like you're saying, you had your brother giving you inspiration where some dudes had $1 million trainer giving them inspiration.
Yeah, and I think you can still get it both ways. I remember Steph saying it's all about the right amount of passion. But I mean, for me personally, as a dude, I think I needed that. I think I needed that. It just built, this dog within me. Like I think if I had it, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't see myself like wanting to do it, because I always knew you have that safety net. For me, like growing up, I was like, there is no plan B. Like I don't care about anything else. Like I'm doing it. There was no what if. And I think a lot of times, you know, people like to be like, oh, well, you know, if this don't work, you know, kind of like Kobe said, like, I mean, you know, like, let's get more eggs. I totally believe that. It makes so much sense to me, because I was laser focused on one thing and it failed. I guess we was gonna find out, but we never did, so.
What's been your greatest source of motivation along this entire journey?
I mean, honestly, just to see the crossover with what I'm doing. That's been amazing, from sports, entertainment, whatever it's been. and then gets to see a lot more people of color want to follow the game, want to play the game, that's like, man, I'm really making a movement. And I feel like when I win, like I'm doing it for us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in those big stages, and that's the type of shit that gets you emotional. Like, you're like, yo, like, and you don't really, you know what you're doing. And in your mind, you're just like, yo, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to come out here and show the world I'm nice. But you like, yo, like, you winning for a whole community, and we don't really do that, like, in tennis. So that's probably like the biggest motivation. And then seeing how far I can take the last name. I really believe you hustle for your last name, and that's something that means the world to me.
Right.
You know what else people don't do? Wear their damn arms out every tournament. Is that strategic? Because you always want to pull your damn guns out and wear the little tight stuff and all. I'd be like, man,
I think
why folk got that little tight little onesie on?
Because that man already told you ain't nobody built like him out there. He
But
trying to show what's
does
happening.
it snap in the crotch?
Yo, yeah, I knew you. When I came here, I was like, you gonna be the dude that talk crazy up here. I knew it was your.
You got on a leotard, bro.
Nah,
you want to show off all of that, huh? You want to show off everybody all of that. But is there any pushback with that? Because you do things differently. You bring up the Williams sisters. When Serena started wearing the little cat suit stuff, everybody was going crazy in tennis. Do they go crazy that you're changing it up? You a big old black dude, and you showing that you a big old black dude?
Well, it's just like my favorite. Like, I love NBA, I love NFL. So like. But with the NBA, you always playing in jerseys. I practice in jerseys all the time. So I told Nike, I was like, yo, let me rock out like that. I promise you it's gonna go. And it does, and it sells. Like, I mean, because people can relate to that.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting there wearing a button up, like, hey, like, yeah, man. I'd be like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, like, if I'm wearing, like, this dude out here is sleeveless, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doing, like, bronze silence. Like, this dude, like, really out here. Like, he really with it. Yeah. And so that's why I really like it. But as long as you like it, that means a lot to me, dog.
Man, I fool with it, man.
There's been James Blake, who was top 10, Arthur Ashe as well. You joined them when you made to the top 10. But when there hasn't been a lot of representation, especially at an extremely high level, there can become this pressure, right? Like this, like you talking about the U.S. Open. As that journey continues, now more of us start to come out because we're coming to see you.
Bro, I'm telling you, though.
Right? The viewership changes because they're coming to see you. How much of that do you feel you represent every time you do step out there to play a match?
Yeah, because now I made 2 semifinals now, and I feel like as I'm getting closer, like every who's coming, they're like, man, I gotta be there for this. Like, and so, American hasn't won a slam in a really long time, but on that court, name after Arthur Ashe, I really want to get it done. I want to be the next guy to do it, and the first black guy to do it for a very long time. And there's a lot of pressure that comes with it. I'm not gonna even sit here and tell you there's not, but at the same time, it's an unbelievable opportunity. Like, I mean, for that to be your pressure, like, I feel like that's real first world problems. I mean, it's a huge honor for me, but it ain't gonna be easy. But I really believe I can get it done.
I don't know what it's like, right, from an individual sport. We got to play team sports.
That's the thing.
And we talk about it all the time. Like, I love the fact that if Channing missed the tackle, I can make the tackle. That gives us another down. Or if my cornerback gets beat, I can go make the hit. Sure. We get a PBU, we play again. Yeah. For you, man, everything is important, right? Every single serve, every single return. And also, too, like, you know who the dudes are. Like, when we played Fred and them, I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right.
But when you standing across from Nadal, bro, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, it's just me and him. What is that feeling like for you?
It's crazy because, again, like, I ain't got no one to lean back on. And you looking at him, it's like, like, that's like y'all's Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's y'all's Patrick Mahomes. Like, you looking at this dude, man, like, God dang, man, like, man, he's one of them ones. Like, not even in tennis, in sports. I mean, he's one of the best sportsmen of all time. So I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like, 2 times I played him before, he beat the brakes off me. So I'm like, all right. But I woke up and I was just like, I remember I told my team and I hit my brother like the night before. I'm like, bro, let's do something special, man. Like, shake up the world, why not? Like, he 36 now, like, I'm 24 at the time. Like, I'm like, let me get this dude out the way. But I was like, I need to come out guns blazing. But I remember, like, I seen him, like he said, what's up, I don't say what's up. Like, I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. Like, I like, instead of like being like, he's that guy, I'm like, nah. He said, what's up? I'm like, all right.
Yeah. but you almost had to bring him down.
Yeah,
to say, like, I gotta go at this dude.
Yeah, no, I'm like, no. Like, you're not getting in my head and doing all, like, no. Like, no, I mean, saying what's up. I'm here to win. Like, and so, and then once you're out there in real time and you feeling it, the crowd kind of moving your way, you like, and then when you getting closer to getting it done, I'm like already tearing up, but I gotta finish. Yeah, I gotta finish this. I'm about to beat this dude.
Yeah.
And I remember when I won, bro, like, I never had no feeling like that. I felt like the world could stop. Like, I shook his hand. I don't even know what I said to dude. I was like, all right, man, get out of here. Start crying, get in my phone, everyone tweeting. You don't realize how many people, as you said, like, watching this thing. Braun, like, tweeting all this, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Right. And then after that, it just, shit changed instantly.
How important is mental toughness in your sport? Because in football, like, we have to have a certain type of mental toughness. But RC was saying about your sport being an individual sport. And we had Nick on the show.
Yo, had Nick on here?
Yeah.
Talking
Nick
crazy.
He was chilling.
He was chilling. He the man, though. That's my guy.
He spoke about the mental fortitude that you have to have in the sport of tennis. For you, like, you seem tough out there, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So how important is it for you to maintain a certain mindset to thrive in the sport?
Yeah, I think people don't really understand. Like, I finished 17, 18 in the world this year. I didn't win not one tournament. You know, like, so you go in every week, there's only one winner, and you almost got to look at it like you almost got to feel better each and every week. I mean, there's only one winner, so, I mean, it's super tough. I mean, the house has got to be super clean, meaning everything around you, like, to be able to compete at a high level. Like, and you got to pick and choose your battles, but when you're out there, man, like, you got to be so present. You don't have a choice. Like, everything else is around you. Doesn't matter if you got personal problems. It don't matter. Like, there's no excuse. Nobody cares. So mental toughness is definitely, I mean, it's easier said than done sitting right here. I mean, when I'm out there, I mean, if I, like, you know, messed up a couple shots, I'm like, man, it's some bullshit. But, I mean, it's a matter of staying in the moment. For me, you can stay in the moment and try to be elite at that moment.
You say you were 17th in the world.
Yeah, right now.
I can't name 16 other tennis players.
See,
I can name you.
That's my point. And like how, like those comments I love. Those comments I love. I feel like, and for sure, like, I want to be number one. I want to win hella Grand Slam, Wimbledon, US Open, whatever. But I like the fact that, like, and you bring up Nick. Like, me and Nick talk about it all the time. Like, we got the game, like, right here. Like, I feel like as far as, like, we talk about culture and, like, really taking it to another level, like, it doesn't really matter what he's ranked or, like, if he's playing, you're gonna watch.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't know what he's gonna do. Like,
yeah, it's real.
Yeah, you don't know what he's gonna do, and it's entertaining. When I'm playing, you're gonna watch, like, and that's where I feel in an amazing position, but then at the same time, like, nervy, where it's like, yo, dang, like, you know, I can take this game to a whole nother level.
Well, I've seen you break down one time on the internet.
That's what I'm saying. I knew, when I seen him outside, I was like, man, he gonna be the one to bring it up. He gonna be the one to bring it up.
You know what I'm talking about, bro. Like,
that fine was heavy
my daughter
too, man.
plays tennis, and she loves you to death, to be honest, Ava.
That's love,
But
bro. That's love.
she brought it up to me. She was like, yeah, he went crazy one time.
I went. You gotta think, bro, I'm in China. We got this thing called, like, the Masters at the end of the year. So the best 8 players in the world get to play in this joint in Turin, big prize money and whatever in Italy. And now I had a good US Open, so I'm, like, around 12. I go to China. And, like, in China, like, we were playing way in the cut. Not that many people were there, like, big tournament. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Like, let's try to get it done. If I won, I would have played Djokovic the next match, so I was really hyped up. And so I personally think the ref had it out for me, and I'm gonna stick to that. Like, we got, long story short, we got a call on hella time violations. The dude beat me, respected him, he played well, and I shook his hand, but when I was walking to the net, I'm like, am I gonna keep it a buck or am I gonna wild out? Like, I really don't know. Like, I'm walking to the net, and my mind is like, so I dapped him, the dude, good playing, and when I turned and looked at Buddy to like, shake his hand, I'm like, nah, you gotta hear me. I'm sorry, like, you gotta hear. And I didn't know it was gonna be that.
Right.
But when I started, it was like diarrhea. I could just stop.
You couldn't bring it back?
I couldn't bring it back. And when I left And it just kept going. I'm like, it is what it is. Like, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, granted, like I should never do that.
Right.
But when I came in the locker room, Brunson and Josh Hart hit me, and I'm like, oh no. Because I'm like, how they gonna, this is not a tournament where it's like everywhere. So I'm like, oh, this is bad.
It's bad, it's everywhere.
This
Now
is bad.
people know.
I'm like, because they was about to play in like 15 minutes in New York. I'm like, oh, I was like, agent hit me, call me right now. Mom hit me, call me right now.
For tennis, right, you know, we've had the McEnroes, you know, you have Nick who will click out too. How much is that frowned upon in the sport though? Like our sport is about emotion, right? Like we like for folks to lose it.
It's funny though, because I was saying that, like, I love like, again, I say it all the time, like hoop and NFL, and I'm like, man, if that happened in NFL, like people like, what, like after dead, it'll be like, all right, this motherfucker, he's wilding, but like, it is what it is. Like, but in tennis, it's so frowned upon. It's like, I mean, bro, I want to have, you seen the video?
Yeah.
I mean.
You lost it.
No, like,
I'm not gonna angry black man.
No, like, right, but I mean,
but if I wore the angry black man pointer type,
on the low,
I'd be like, that's what they look like.
Yeah, he snapped.
Hey, but also too though, just from.
But that shows passion though.
From my point of view,
shows I care
though, like I'm used to that.
That's what I'm saying.
So to me, it's not a big deal. Like I was like, oh, I get it. But for you though, are the comments to you different than they would be for McEnroe if he does that, than they would be for Djokovic if he does that?
Like put it this way, Mac hit me and was like, yo, first off, one of the funniest things I've ever seen, right? And then second, he's like, man, that fine was crazy, because I did some way worse things than that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, so that just kind of answers that. Like, they definitely got me. Like, that's the biggest fine ever in tennis. Like, and it's like, come on, dog. Like, no one knows me for that kind of stuff, doing that kind of stuff. I feel like they definitely, like...
Made an example out of it.
No question. No question. So I'm like, but it is what it is. You know, you take it for what it is. I mean, if David felt like that was what they had to do, cool. I mean, I said my apologies, but I definitely think that it was like, oh, this is the moment. We about to get this dude. Like, full-heartedly. But it is what it is. I take the punches and keep it pushing. I got to pivot.
No doubt.
Listen, I know the fine number. You made a lot more than that. So
No. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. I sleep well at night.
Fellas, it's a new year. We got to try new things. So one of the things I am going to try is ExpressVPN. Man, you know how it is, bro. I'm always rolling around, whether it's unsecure or unencrypted Wi-Fi, especially public Wi-Fi. ExpressVPN always protects me and keeps me safe.
Yeah, especially when you're traveling internationally. Like, it's secure online, the anonymity, the anonymous that it gives you. When I'm trying to stream, they don't know where you are. And you can use it in all these different countries, no matter where you are. That's my benefit in it.
And Freddie T, what's really crazy about that, you know me, man, I'm always tapped into movies and how they have all of these hackers that get your information, jump into your phone, where ExpressVPN can't actually protect you from all of the hackers. It truly can protect you from most, especially when you're on some of those common and public Wi-Fis.
Man, let me break it down simple. Going online without ExpressVPN is like driving without car insurance. You might be a good driver, but there's folks out there that can't drive. Oh, you know what, even better? It's like having sex without a condom. You can't just run up in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, raw dog is gonna catch you sooner or later. ExpressVPN is the condom of VPNs.
Find out how you can get 4 months free by scanning the QR code on the screen, or click the link in the description box below, or by going to expressvpn.com/pivotyoutube.
You got a text from Mac? You say you got a text from Mac.
McEnroe, yeah.
Like legendary John McEnroe.
Yeah.
That's like when Marcus Allen texts me.
Yeah.
Like I turn into a little fanboy because I grew up watching him. How does it make you feel, a black kid from Maryland, getting a text from someone like John McEnroe?
For sure, like especially about that. Like that's how I knew we had a good relationship. We've been cool, but every time he texts me, I'm like, bro, I got to, like, you one of them ones, bro. Like, you walk around New York and people still wild out seeing you. You 60-something, bro. Like, that's the kind of, legacy I want to have. And he coached us at one, international tournament, some team event. And we won, and we was having cigars, me, him, and one of my homeboys. And I was like, you realize I'm going to frame this for the crib. Like, And I don't do that for everybody, but I was like, you one of them ones, man, and you definitely took the game to another level. So I definitely fan out every time I see him.
Y'all had the ash contest with the cigars?
Yeah, I had to teach him a little thing or two.
Yeah, where you try to make the ash?
Who had the longest ash?
You just asked some things, bro.
No, they had a contest, bro. That's what cigar.
I don't know.
I knew what he meant.
I know exactly what he meant.
It was a little like, but
I don't know if it's rich or nasty, but I don't know what's going on.
What, the ash contest?
The ash contest.
Yeah.
You mean you smoke the cigar and you try to see how long you can get the joint to stay on the cigar, but it's just a very odd.
Yeah, especially like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot
of questions to ask, and Fred just jump in. But that's Fred, man.
I smoke different cigars than y'all.
Man, get out of here.
The type of cigars you smoke are illegal everywhere.
I smoke a homemade cigar.
Yeah. So my thing is this. All right, folks.
This guy got big issues, bro.
So, folks.
He said, yeah.
So you, I know this is how we pivot. So you've already started to let the cat out of the bag, right? You was like, yeah, you know, Brunson, Josh Hart hit me, and you know, McEnroe text me, and I talked to Nick. You talk about a lot of famous people, right? You wasn't hanging out with like Taylor and Travis or nothing like that before too, huh? Like when you supposed to be focusing on tennis, that never happened. You ain't that type of famous playing no tennis, folks. But like for real, like moments like that though, bro. You know, and like what Fred talked about, you know, the way you came up in the game and the way that you have grown, part of that is the approach you have to it. It's part of your personality, your charisma, how you connect to people. But when you are in those moments, and it's, you know, it is the New York Knicks hitting you up before the game. It is the most famous pop star and the most famous football player in the world right now. When you're in those moments, do you ever sit back and think about how far you have come to be in those spaces?
For sure, man. I'm sitting there like, and I say it in real time, like whoever I'm with, I'm like, yo, like, I'm not even taking a shot to Taylor Swift. Granted, I'm, you know, like, keep it a buck here, we here on the pivot, like I'm a Beyonce guy. But at the moment, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, she the biggest star, like, out here, like, and then like, you know, Trav and Mahomes, like they're like, yo, like we gotta have you in KC. Like them saying that is wild to me, and they roll out the red carpet for me. It's, you know, it's crazy just playing tennis and being able to like reach that many people want to like meet me and hang out and actually do stuff. It's like those are the things of why you do what you do.
So like that part of it is kind of beyond just winning. Or being good at your sport.
Yeah. No, it's who I am and what I represent. Like people relating to you. Like a lot of people can see themselves in you. Like the energy I play with, the smile I have, and like I'm just a regular dude, man. Like, I'm just a dude from Maryland that just, you know, love tennis, play with that passion. I love other sports. I got a lot of interest in outside of just hitting the tennis ball, and you know, and you can feel that. I am who I am in every room. I'm not trying to put on for nobody else, and people feel that. I ain't as crazy as this dude, but I'm.
When did it? I'm not that crazy. You was with T Swizzle? What's her name?
Yeah, he said he took a shot with Taylor Swift.
He said something earlier. We were talking on air.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He dropped famous names all the time, but here's the thing: since we not famous, we call people by their whole name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Chuck and Boo Boo them.
Yeah, you know.
But to RC's question, was it the semifinals? When did you know? Like, when did it hit you? Like, damn, bro, I'm famous.
I'm that guy.
I'm that dude.
When I beat Nadal, I was like, oh, I just stepped into something different. Like, you know, I went to the hotel that day, and the hotel, like, packed, everybody waiting for me. You know, now you got people, like, security, like, make sure I'm straight. Rather than when I checked into the hotel that day, they're like, oh, you here to watch the U.S. Open? I was like, yo, what you mean?
That's crazy.
407, sir.
I was like, yeah, acting like I didn't hear the dude. I'm like, yeah, like, yo, this is my ID, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you know, and it's amazing how it can just change like that. Like, all of a sudden, you know, everybody want to come watch. People hitting me. I'm going to events. I never thought. I'm like, dang, man, like, and it took me a while to kind of like, you know, take that in, because I never really saw myself like that, but now I kind of embrace it, and it's helped me a lot for sure. Like, it is what it is.
Balancing that level of fame and not getting out of character and maintaining a certain level of focus so you can go on and achieve your goals. Like, is that difficult for you?
Yeah, it was. I mean, now getting a bit older and knowing what it is, it all starts with tennis. Like, all these things, you know.
The main thing.
It can go like that if you start bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people only know who you are because of tennis and don't lose sight of that. And on top of it, I ain't done what I've really set out to do. I mean, there was just that little kid that wanted to win Grand Slams and be that guy, and I still haven't done it yet. Obviously, I'm super close to it, but I ain't done it yet, so that definitely keeps me going. But I know there's more out there for me, but the biggest thing is learning how to say no. I mean, I'm definitely the type of guy who loves to, you know, make sure everybody good and this, that, and the other. But it's like, yo, like, I got a small window, and learning how to say no is definitely huge.
That's a lot of challenge for guys that play football, right? And also saying no to family, friends that think you got it. You have those same issues?
What? Well, for sure. I mean, because, you know, it's all on you, like, you know, to kind of make everything kind of go. But it's just like, but I mean, it's fine. Like, this is what you know, set up for, and you know what it is. But it's definitely not easy. People thinking, like, it gets, you know, it can just come and go. And then everybody, then you kind of vet everybody who around you. Like, you here to really rock, or you just out here to kind of just, you know. And then this is another dude I'm gonna have to, like, you know, take care of, whatever the case may be. All of a sudden you got cousins out, everybody trying to kick it, everybody trying to do this, that, and the other. So we're just dealing with that, but that's why it's great to have good OGs around you, man, who, like, can, like, really, like, bless you, who've been in that position, because it's really hard.
What's his career earnings? What's his career earnings?
How you know I know?
Because you're the career earning
you
check
Google
man.
everybody's net worth before they come on the show.
Well into the 8 figures.
Hey, Bo, you know everybody. Everybody's.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Every show.
Well into the 8 figures.
He always says this: I don't count pockets, but I count pockets.
I do count pockets.
He's like, he count pockets.
I gotta just see, like, I'm like, damn, that man made that kind of money. He moved like that. Like, I enjoy seeing rich people like yourself that just be chilling, like, damn, but I can always remind myself, shit, he richer than me.
So my question is this, right? Like,
This dude a fool,
he's the best, man.
Yeah.
In the individual sport, like you said, you walking out, you see Nadal, he speaks to you, and you're like, nah, not today, bro. It's whatever. How many close relationships can you have within the sport? You say you speak to Nick. Like, I would feel like there's only a certain select few people who know what your life is like, right? To know what it's like to be that. Can you have those sort of relationships if your job is to compete and beat everybody?
Yeah, I feel like it's changed probably the last 3 years. I used to be close, especially a lot of American guys, like, and we still are very close. But I was like, bro, like, playing Taylor Fritz in the semis of Grand Slams, it's like, in my mind, I'm like, you know, we went from good friends to, like, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm going through. Like, I'm not, you know, like, we gotta keep a little, and when we done, it's all memories and we can talk and kind of reminisce on it, but it's like, there's so much at stake. You know, now we playing big matches. Even when Nick come back, like, me and him gonna play in a big match, and it's like, we always gonna be cool and stuff, but there's probably gonna be beef in the match, like energy going, like, you don't know, there ain't no telling. So there's a little bit of a difference now because I'm competing for that. Before, when I was, like, in the mix, it was like kind of whatever. But now that I know I can, like, really get it, a little more ducked off, like, it's with my peoples, but I still got hella love for all.
Yeah,
sure.
we had Masai Russell on the show.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
In
and
the
this was
crib.
after we had, you know, Alasia on the show who, you know, we were all rooting for, and she hits the hurdle in the final. And so we asked Masai, because obviously she wins the gold, like, at that point, do you go up to her and show her love as, like, fellow Americans? And she was like, hell no. She was like, that's always going to be a competitor. And we were different. And you see football games, cats exchange jerseys, they work out together.
Y'all team sport dudes are hilarious, man. Like,
Why is that?
it's like, it's just, I love the vibe. Like, bro, like, I'm talking about my brother all the time. Like, but y'all, like, you know, like, exchange jerseys, doing the whole thing, taking pictures, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you on tonight? Like, you see somebody, yo, we out there. Like, bro, it just, like, if someone beats me, like, we ain't cool again until I beat you again. Like, I'm not, like, in my mind, like, we're not, like, cool until, like, for a minute. Because you also got to think, like, it's not like for example, like a U.S. Open, it's not like, oh, I lost in the U.S. Open. Oh, yeah, I'll be back next week. Like, that's it, bro. It's done.
Right.
So it's different. And for her, like, that moment,
That's it. It's everything.
that's it, bro. I'll see you in 4 years. Like, see you in L.A. Like,
You can't sit and break bread, have a good time with a dude, and then play him the next day and just.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, after, like, the battle.
If I beat you, we ain't eating that night.
Oh, if I beat, bro.
So if
yo,
you win,
man,
y'all
hey,
cool?
bro. Great battle, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, keep working, dog. Like, you won it once. You know what I'm saying?
So now you gonna build him up.
Yeah, you gotta build.
win.
You go to media, like, yo, he gonna be tough. Like that dude right there. Like, you gotta do it though.
Yeah, but if you
you like-
lose though, ain't none of that.
Start slouching in the chair. You like, man, this dude right here, man. You gotta give him the flowers, but you don't want to. It's like that.
Hey man, the start of the new year is time to get your life in order and also get organized. For me, it's about my financial wellness. And thanks to Rocket Money, I'm getting all these subscriptions in one place. Dog, when I travel, I'm constantly trying to get on different sites and trying to understand and learn about our guests. So I subscribe and I always forget to unsubscribe later. So with Rocket Money, it's putting all those things in one spot and it's really helping me know that some of my financial goals are achievable.
RC, I'm with you. You get that subscription, use it once or twice, and you forget about it. 85% of people have at least one subscription that they don't use, but they forget about it and they keep paying month after month. Rocket Money got you with that.
For me, Rocket Money is like my own personal assistant. I can use all my subscriptions in one place, and if I'm not using it, you can go in there and they can cancel it. You can even set it where they can cancel it for you if you're not using it.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
No more headaches. You can ask them to negotiate with customer service. You don't got to talk to them folks no more. Let Rocket Money do it.
Hey, Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money.
All you got to do, go to rocketmoney.com/pivot today. That's rocketmoney.com/pivot. Save you some money.
And now, back to the show.
We talk about different dudes. Randy Moss was one of them for me. Just on the field with him was like, I saw him jump up in the air and he had a 40-inch vertical. He was 6'5". He can get 14 feet in the air, and he caught the ball. And I was like, Coach, I can't do anything with that.
Yeah.
You might well do something else because if I'm on him, he's gonna score a touchdown.
Yeah.
You talk about Nadal, Fed, Joker, and all them dudes. Like you seen some top dudes. When you out there, like, have you ever been in a match where you see it like, oh shit, that ball's coming a little faster than usual. That little spin is special. Like, do you see when you play the best, is it that much different in the semifinals than it is in the round of 32 or whatever?
Yeah. No, 100%. All the time I play Nadal, like, I'm like, man, this dude's different. You can get, like the energy, not only the energy he has, but the energy the crowd has for him. Or you feel like the Mac is in your hands, and then he starts turning around with a couple of shots. I'm like, oh, that's a little different. Like, I hit that against most dudes. That don't come back. With him, it come back with interest. Like, and then you like,
Boy said with interest.
yeah, like you like, yo, like, all right, you gotta slow down, big fella. Like, all of a sudden the vamos is a little louder than when you playing another dude. That like other dudes, you like, he getting hyped, but he does it. You like, yo, he coming. Like,
Right, he really feel it.
yeah, like you feel it. So you can, and it's a little different. And in tennis, it's funny, man. Before the match starts, they talk about your accolades. So like this is stuff that like let's like really mess you up. So like in tennis, you come out. The higher ranked dude always comes out second. Cool. So we coming out. I come out. You know, little young black dude, whatever. Oh, Francis Tiafoe, okay, cool. Like, mind you, 24,000 packed, and like, yeah, that's cool. Like, half. He come out. Everybody standing up, roaring, and then now we do like the 5-minute little warm up, whatever. And they say, oh, Francis, you won 3 titles. Young American, whatever. And him, 91 titles. 20-something Grand Slams, best of all time. And you sitting there like, oh, I gotta get this motherfucker out the way. Like that, and then you go sit down and it's like, okay, play. You like, yo.
Yeah.
That hits a little different.
Yeah.
Have you gotten used to that because you've been in more of those sorts of matches? Because I would have to imagine as a really young player, when you're first getting into those sorts of matches, you pay attention to that stuff. And like I know for me, like I had to just see him as a nameless great face, right? And I was like, look, no matter what happens, if you get this ball and it's the situation, I'm gonna hit you right in your face, man. I don't care, right? But I had to grow to that. Like my first year, I wasn't like that. My second year,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Did you have to grow into that?
I'm with you. And that was like, I really struggled to beat those dudes because I just gave them too much love, bro. I was like, man, these dudes different. Like I was seeing them, I'm like, they don't look real to me. You see them so much on TV, you like, yo, you know, Fed, like, dude playing, he don't sweat. Like, why you not sweating, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why your shirt ain't wrinkled a little bit?
Right.
Like, we've been out here 4 hours, you ain't changed the t-shirt yet. Like, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
real.
no, real.
Hoopers talk about like Michael Jordan like that.
Yeah, like I'm like this dude, you know, he's different. Like something like, can you imagine playing like you playing him and like, yo, MJ in his box? Like you like, yo, this dude's a little different. Like I got my mom and my twin in my box. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like what's going on with this dude? Right? So that was a little tough for me. But then as you said, like name was a great face. Like, and as you get to it, you like, man, is this dude? Am I just gonna let this dude take all the keys? Like at one point where like you gotta see me. Like I gotta get you out the way. Like you gotta shake my hand and like you pissed. Like
so I have a question for you, right? Like, you know, there's like the sportsmanship, right, of tennis is different than football, right? So the sportsmanship, you guys walk up to the net and, you know, even like you say after when you win, obviously you talk about Nadal, you're gonna be like, he's one of the best ever, this and this. But I already know, like when I have a cold game, when we do media, I'm straight up, man, it's a great game, man, thank God, whatever. But like if my homeboy's there, when I get to the house, I be like, man, I bust they ass, bro. Hey, like, I be like, he's sorry, he suck. You know what I mean? When you get to the crib, do you
what?
act?
Bro, what? Talking crazy. I'm like, yo, like, I'm telling the homeboy, I'm like, Rafa's my son. Like, it's just like, yo, what you mean? You know, like, I'm like, nah, he my son. Like even my brother, like, yo, you gotta stop, bro. Like, you can't say that, bro. Like, I'm like, nah, like today was light work. Like, was you really tripping? You weren't really tripping today. But in the media, I'm like, bro, like, you know, the fact that I was even able to share the court with him, like, I think tennis won a day. It's not even really about the outcome. And you saying it dead serious, though.
Yeah. Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, man, I beat the brakes off this dude.
Hey, in his mind, he like, I'm really like that.
I'm really like that.
Like, for real.
That's why I love, like Ant Edwards, man. Can you imagine? Like, nah, like, I can bust their ass today, bro.
Yeah.
Young dudes can do that, like, but, like, I guess, man, I couldn't imagine coming in there, like, beating Nadal and being like, nah, he's sorry.
That sort of attitude in tennis, how do you think that would be received?
The next match, I'm getting booed on the walkout, for sure. For sure.
So if you just, after the match, just say, nah, man, I played Nadal, and it was light work today. You know, the other couple of times I played him, he was better. Today, it wasn't even close. Like, and that's just what it is. You think you would get booed?
What? A great like him? That would be, I don't even want to know. I wouldn't even want to know. But you thinking it, though. That's the thing, like, you thinking it. Even though it's, like, you gassing yourself, like, you in the moment, like, you don't really believe it. But like, part of you do, like, yo, like, I'm the one and he not. Like, he had his time. And
could it ever change? Because I'm like I said, my daughter plays, and I get up, start clapping, they be like, you can't cheer for other errors, but you can cheer if there's, I don't understand the rules of it. But could tennis ever get to a point of where you don't feel that way, like, I got a, what is it, gentleman's sport, whatever it is? Could it evolve? Because a lot of sports evolve.
So it's funny, because I'm a big advocate for, like, you know, people walking around when they playing, because we trying to get younger fans, so people walking around when they playing, they can come in and out. You know, they don't got to wait for changeover to come in the stadium. Like, and it's funny because when I'm playing, there's a lot, obviously, as I said, like, dudes like y'all who come from different backgrounds. So I'll be having dudes come out there and they standing up midpoint. I had like a big circle. Oh, get his ass! Like, whoa! I'm still in the point, bro. You might mess me up. Like, and like right next to the court and stuff. Like, so that's the type of stuff I love. Like, where it's just it just makes it really fun. But yeah, I mean, there's times where I've gotten in like code violations and stuff like that. Cause I'll be like, man, I'm the fucking one.
Yeah.
Like, cause I be saying that in real time. Like,
yeah.
And you take it for what it is. But I mean. There's times where I'm definitely like that in real time, like right after the match, like on the court. Now when I get to the press and I calm down, but I think it'll be good because then you'd be like, oh, this dude is different. Like he's, yeah.
You know how they say the twins can feel your emotions, right?
Oh, for sure.
What does Franklin ever come back and tell you about the way you perform?
Frank, what you say that day I played Rafa, you said you woke up that morning, you said,
I was like, he gonna win. And then I just had to get everybody else to believe it too around me. Like, today's the day. Let's go.
yeah, he woke up that morning, he hit me, he's like, yo, I feel different about the day. What you think? And I was like, I feel like it's gonna be one of them days.
Did he feel that tingle when you crashed out?
Yeah, when I won and I started crying, it was over with. Like he was.
I cried before the match started.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was already in that mode.
Something in me was this is weird today.
Yeah, like he was already in that mode.
Right, like I was like, we here.
He was already in that mode. It was like, it's up.
You mentioned earlier saying, I still haven't done what I set out to do, right? And I know in the thing I was reading with you and your father recently, you said, I told him this is what I wanted to be. You've made it to the professional rank. You've been in big time matches. What is success to you? What will that look like?
Yeah, for me now, look, I mean, I've done it for a while. The last 3 years have been really, 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 really good. I got a top 10. I've beat great players. But, I mean, success, man, I want my name in the same sentence as Serena, Venus, Arthur Ashe. Like, a black dude to win a Grand Slam. And that's just, and I'm not no African-American shit, no, a black dude to win a Grand Slam. Like, nothing would mean more to me. Like, and that name embroidered in that thing forever. And it's never coming off. Preferably in Wimbledon and the US Open. I think those two are like the mecca of our sport. Cause, you know, like y'all, like NFL ain't done, NBA gets finished, so everybody gets watching that. Summertime, like everybody gets watching those two events. So that's success to me. At that moment, I'll be like, you know what? I can't say shit to me though. It is what it is. Like whatever happens after that, no telling, but.
Well, how do you get there? If you've been doing this for so long, you mentioned for a little bit the greats, the Federers, the Nadal, the Djokovic. That was their battle, that trio. How do you get to the point to where guys walk into the match with you and they're like, hey man, that's 4 on the other side?
For me, honestly, the biggest thing is consistency and how I approach every event. I think there's a part of me that still kind of picks and chooses when I want to give everything I have, and that's just the reality of it. And then I think that's just down the line. Like, you know, when you really locked in, like that's not just, I'm coming on the field and I'm locked in. You locked in on everything you're doing. You locked in on warm-ups. You locked in, you know, how you eating. You locked in how you sleeping. And I think making that more of a lifestyle so I can be elite or close to elite each and every week I play. And then I think that's going to get me from being in the mix to getting it done.
Who the baddest thing to ever swing a racket, male or female? The baddest thing out there, if you say this person got on that court and dominated at the highest level of tennis.
I mean, from the women's side, Serena, no question.
Yeah.
What she did was
stupid.
What? Bro,
no, really.
No, like.
Period, point blank.
No, that's not like, I'm talking about like, she's an MJ, LeBron, like she's different.
Yep.
Like the people I've seen like bring like the impact she has, I mean, she's different. And then Federer for me.
Yeah.
There's 2 of my favorite players, Federer, and then this other black dude, French dude, Gael Monfils.
Monfils.
I've never seen him do athletic like him ever, bro.
And after he won tournaments, he would have a big limousine full of women. Did you ever see that?
Bro, you tripping, bro.
Did you ever see that?
You
Bro,
tripping.
I had his shoes. He had the lime green shoes. Monfils with the fro.
Yeah.
And when he won the tournament, he'd leave out. It'd be a big limousine full of white women waiting for him. And I said, man, this is my dude. I bought his shoes. I have a jersey. I got a racket. I don't even play.
Why are you so excited?
Man, because he said Monfils. Monfils or something. Man, I love
you really know what time?
Man, I have his shoes and his racket at the house. I bought it because of the limousine picture. And I said, that's my kind of man. I fool with him.
We're talking about athleticism and just like having fun and being him, unapologetically. Like this dude, he's changed the game for sure. Like everybody knows who he is. Like
yeah.
And that's what I like about him a lot. But yeah, those probably 3, like them dudes, for real. But Fed is like on a whole. This dude don't sweat.
He doesn't sweat.
I'm like, what is up with you, bro? Bro, there's no way. Like, we out here battling. Like, one time I really should be actually at the U.S. Open. I'm 19, and I'm like, I remember we went to like the last set. That was the first time they put a roof on the joint, and it was raining, and it was super loud in there. And he's like, man, it's a fucking circus in here. I was like, yo, you curse? Oh, shit. Because he's so put together, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen him I was like, yo, I didn't even know you did that. That's when I was like, yo, I'm getting on this dude's skin. But I'm like, man, I'm changing shirts like 7, 8 times. I'm sweating like crazy. Went to the whole full outfit change. And this dude gets sitting there like, headband tight, you know, like no wrinkles in the, I'm like, yo, you ain't stressed, like.
Different.
Look like more of a movie star than a tennis player, that dude.
Good. Big Foe, what's been your biggest pivot in life?
Man, that's heavy. It's a real question. Honestly, like being able to say no. The biggest thing is not trying to please everybody. I'm a big people pleaser. I still do it a little bit, but I think that's probably my biggest pivot, and that's changed my kind of like whole way of life. And then translated to results, and that and probably wanting to do it more for me. I was very, you know, I'm just trying to do it for my family, trying to make sure everybody good, but it's like, what about you, bro? And I think when I was like, yo, it's about me, I want to do it for me, things just kind of open up. Everything started making sense. That was probably the biggest pivot for me. Having those tough conversations with yourself, because a lot of times you know the answers, but you ain't willing to really say those things to yourself or, you know, really address those things, so.
Dog, man, we appreciate you. I think the thing I left this with was the honesty, the authenticity. Like, we ask you some questions that are very, like, culturally understandable for us that people may not get, you know. They may not get, like, your brother waking up and how that support is the most important thing in the world. And him telling you he got belief in you allowed you to have belief in you. You know what I mean, man? Or looking at being able to say, not African-American, but black. And pointing to Serena, pointing to Arthur Ashe, man. Like, we all get those things, man. And so for somebody who's just an outsider to the sport, who truly supports you because of the color of your skin, I have no shame.
That's the reality, bro.
Yeah, I have no shame in saying that, man. I'm very grateful you spent some time with us, bro.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
I
fam.
gotta say one last thing, bro. I seen you and Kevin Hart, that whole thing. Yeah, you put me on the spot a couple times. I couldn't leave here and not ask that,
You want the address to the spot?
Hell no.
Hey, take a little something over there, shit.
So this is real. This is not no joke, then. This is.
No. It is what it is. Yeah, we got it. Sometimes you got to get naked, man. You got the same parts I got. We got the same parts. What does it matter?
And just like on some
We just walk around. We eat some salsa, some guacamole.
And just naked.
We naked, yeah. We just
That's the
host
motto.
like just.
Yeah, quesadilla maybe.
Is it in Mexico? Like, is it, do they only have Mexican food, Chan? Because all you talking about was tacos, guacamole, quesadillas. Y'all be having meat by y'all
It really
food?
is in Mexico. Yeah, it's in
That's
Mexico.
disgusting, bro. Don't put your meat by my food, dog. Like, nah, dog. That's disgusting.
It is. It's an
No, man. This
Sometimes
is
you gotta
really
get
nasty.
Hey, he's really
Mexico.
crazy.
Hold up, limitless. Niggas to me can't pin in it. I fought the here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On this vision, I can trust. Limitless. Niggas to me can't pin in it. I fought the here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up.